6:36 is your time right now. Let's turn to the latest on the fight against COVID-19. President Biden announcing less than 24 hours ago he will increase weekly vaccine doses across the country to 11 million, which is a 28% increase in supply. The Biden administration also promising that starting next week, a new program will begin aimed at ensuring vaccine equity. They'll be sending out vaccines to community health centers. And now a look at the latest vaccine numbers for Georgia. As you see in blue, more than 1.2 million shots have gone into arms. The green represents more than 500,000 doses still sitting in freezers. The vaccine can't come soon enough for Georgians still waiting, as it was another deadly day for the virus in our state. 120 Georgians died from COVID yesterday, and more than 900 people have already died from the virus this month. That's higher than this time in January. Happening today, Governor Kemp addressing one problem of getting more shots into arms: vaccine hesitancy in the Black community. He and the state's top doctor, Kathleen Toomey, will be at a roundtable at Morehouse College to discuss this very issue. And we've talked about it many times here on 11 Alive. And now there are new numbers on why people say they don't want to get the vaccine. Liza Lucas joining us in the newsroom with a breakdown of the CDC's new report on vaccine hesitancy. What does it say here, Liza?
Yes, well, I want to start with the good news right here, because there are more Americans now willing to get the vaccine since the vaccine rollout over the past fall. That is the good news, but there's a significant chunk of people who are still hesitant to get the shot. And we want to give you a closer look at the numbers. According to that new CDC report, nearly half of Americans, adults under 65, are now absolutely certain or very likely to get the vaccine. But among the groups that are reluctant, younger adults, women, and Black Americans, these most likely not to want to get the shot. And the reasons for this were the side effects. 30% of people not wanting to get the vaccine reported the side effects as a common concern. Others saying the lack of trust in the government, and then the concern that the vaccines were developed too quickly. That's something we've certainly talked about frequently in regards to these polls. Now, obviously, we've also talked about the ongoing distrust between the Black community and the medical community, something that's been well documented over the years. Again, that's going to be a focus of today's roundtable. That roundtable is set to start at 8:30 a.m. and we will be streaming it on 11alive.com.
Liza, thank you. And we are here to help you when it comes to sorting out all of the information about the vaccine. Just text vaccines to 404-885-7600. We will send you a link with information about appointments, testing sites, and more.